Welcome inside the School of Communications here at Quinnipiac University. I am Assistant Professor Nick Pietruszkiewicz, and this is the latest episode of What's Your Story? I am so happy to welcome in ESPN's Jay Harris. Jay, thanks for doing this.
I appreciate you, Nick. Good to see you.
So I have to start with an apology.
What happened? What'd you do?
I've always done something, but it is early October. It's a beautiful day outside. You should be on a golf course somewhere.
Both of us should be.
We should be, and I dragged you out here to do this.
That's fine.
Actually, wait a second. No, I didn't. It was Professor Mays who did it, right? So I take my apology back, and she owes you the apology.
Well, actually, we were going to do it a different day, and she said you wanted to do it today, so you owe me the apology.
How does this always end up being my fault?
I don't know.
Really? So we've done a bunch of these, and one of the episodes was our mutual friend, SportsCenter's Matt Berry, who plays a lot of golf as well. Who's got more game?
When you say game, what do you mean?
Who's better?
Oh, probably Matt, yeah.
Matt, really? You
Yeah.
gaining ground or no?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the second year we've done this and have been very fortunate to have Matt Berry sitting there, Jimmy Roberts, Dana O'Neill. We had the president of this university in here about 10 days ago. And I always start with the same question. What was your "this is what I want to do" moment?
When I was in the 11th grade, I took a career aptitude test and scored well in the area of interpersonal skills and looked at the jobs. I think journalist may have been the third one listed. And I said, that's what I want to do.
That was it?
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. Can you walk us through the process and the timeline of going from Norfolk, Virginia, all the way to Bristol, Connecticut? How does that happen? What were the important steps along the way? You don't have to do all of them, but what were the ones that stand out in your head the most?
Probably just a series of random circumstances, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I mean, the fact that I chose Old Dominion University, which didn't have a huge media department. I met some good people while I was a student, and I kept up with them. One being a gentleman by the name of Don Roberts, who just retired as a longtime TV anchor in that market. He was a news director at a small radio station. And when I was in Washington, D.C., working at MCI Telecommunications, doing a job I didn't want to do for $16,000 a year, I called him and said, Don, I don't want to do this, I want to do that. Can you help me? He said, sure, I can give you plenty of experience, but I can't pay you any money. So it was 16 or 0. And I talked to my parents, and especially my dad. He was like, is this what you really want to do? I said, yes. And he said, well, come on back to Norfolk and do it. So I chose 0. So I was doing that, and I happened to get a part-time job. Since they were paying me 0, I needed to do something at a record store at Virginia Beach, right on the ocean front. And in 1988, an event that we used to go to as ODU students with Hampton and Norfolk State, just a little thing that we used to do Labor Day weekend at the beach, turned into this giant Greek fest where kids from all over the country would come to Virginia Beach. And by 1988, the city of Virginia Beach didn't want to see us anymore because it was just too many people. And race relations weren't that great, especially in Virginia Beach. And there were clashes between students and the police. How it started, I guess it depends on the story. But I just happened to have that part-time job on the ocean front, and I would file stories. I would do stories because it was a news event. Yeah. So I was right there. And I mean, I saw the police officers and the horses on formation, and people throwing rocks and stuff through windows, and it was crazy. And I filed several stories for the Sheridan Broadcasting Network, or now it's American Urban Radio Networks, at the time, the largest black-owned radio network in the country. And I filed stories for them, and I asked about, jobs, and they were just so happened to be taking their local news anchor and moving them to the national desk, and they had an opening on the local desk, and they flew me up for an interview. And my guy, Jerry Lopes, who's no longer with us, said, basically the job's yours if you want it. Yes, I'll take it. And that was my first full-time job in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Okay. So Pittsburgh, and I'll shorten the story from now. Radio, I went up there for radio. I did some part-time TV overnight, just news updates on the NBC affiliate. again, by meeting someone, a reporter, and I said, I want to do TV. He said, call my boss. His name is Dave Clark. Call my boss and tell him I sent you, and see what happens. So he hired me. I told him Dave sent me. He hired me. And I did radio, part-time TV, more radio, national radio, in addition to the local radio. WPGH Fox 53 came into the market, 95, 96, and I inquired about jobs, and they wouldn't hire me because I didn't have any real TV experience, and it was Market 17, and you can't start in Market 17, or so they said. So they lost their weekend reporter, and the executive producer called me up and says, I'll bring you in on a temporary basis until I can find someone with some real TV experience. I was temporary for 3 months until they decided they wanted to hire me full-time. So I was now a TV reporter, and a year later, weekend anchor. A year later, main anchor. They found, our main anchor left, they found someone they wanted who decided at the last minute they didn't want to come from Michigan to Pittsburgh, and I was like the weekend anchor. I said, I'd like to be considered, and I'm sure they saved money by considering me, but I didn't care. No. So I got the gig, and I did that for 3 years, and at the end of that contract, sent a tape to a former boss at the radio network who happened to be at ESPN Radio now. Tell me what you think, because there's this station in Houston that is interested in me. He showed it to the folks at ESPN. Hey, this guy's pretty good. Bring him in for an audition. So he called me up and said, hey, they want you to audition. Well, who is they? People here at ESPN. Why did you show ESPN my tape? I don't even do sports, bro. I do news. I know, but I like the tape and they liked it. Come in for an audition. And I'll shorten this. I'll tell you more later if you want to know it. But I did the audition, and they liked it, and they offered me a job. I told them no 2 times.
Really?
Yeah, until eventually I said yes. And 22 years later, I'm still here.
Wow. We talk about this, and I've mentioned it a bunch to the students that are in here, and we've got students from across the School of Communications, a large group from our sports communications program that we just started this year, is you never know when that moment is going to arrive. Mm-hmm. It can be scary, right? But you also have to embrace it. How do you know and how do you prepare for a moment you don't know is coming?
I don't even think it's a moment. I think it's several moments, if you want to be honest. Okay. Because if it weren't for different things happening, if I'm not here, I don't get to be here, and I don't get to be here, and I don't get to be here. So it's just moving forward with your goal. And sometimes you move forward to an area maybe where you shouldn't have gone, and then you take a step backward and go here. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes you have to try it. You go to a market and you go, this is, I know, and you have coworkers or a boss, this really is just not working for me, and you have to go somewhere else. Yeah. So you just have to keep your eyes open, and you have to keep your goal in front of you. So whatever moment, you take advantage of it. And there have been several moments that I didn't take advantage of. Like I had an opportunity when I was doing radio to apply for a job in High Point, Greensboro, Winston-Salem market. Okay. I didn't think I could do it because it was only paying $10,000 a year. And then I ended up working for free. $10,000 is more than free. So I don't know, maybe if that was the job I should have gone for, maybe I'd have gotten it. Would I be sitting here today? Probably not. Right. I would have gone another path. So it just depends. You pick where you want to go. You pick your opportunity, and you ride it and see where it goes.
So, like I said, all of them are college students, and in preparation for you coming here.
Stay in college. Don't ever leave. That's my advice.
I mean, the university would be happy to. That's how it would go. I was watching an interview you did. I think it was for the ESPN PR group or whatever, and they asked you about how you were when you started doing this in college, and you said you were horrible.
Terrible.
What does that mean?
Terrible.
Like how?
Like, okay, I thought, well, I have tapes that no one will ever see, first of all. And I just thought I was just bad. That my voice, I think I talk like this because I was younger at the time, and blah, 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 and I didn't enunciate very well. And it was just bad. It was just bad.
How'd you fix it?
Time, experience, trial and error, watching people that I liked and going, ooh, I'm going to steal that. And okay, I'm going to steal that too. And practice, reps. That's how you fix it. It doesn't just happen. You got to do the reps.
Did you ever get overwhelmed and think, I'm terrible at this and I'm not going to get better at it?
No.
Okay. Never entered your mind?
No. Because even while I thought I was terrible, I was better than most of the other people in my class.
Okay.
Which is why I was the anchor on the student show that I did. I took my last semester at Hampton University because at the time they had a studio and ODU didn't. And I was the anchor for the student show, and I let my co-anchor have the teleprompter because she couldn't go without the prompter, and I could read without the prompter. I was fine. So even when I thought I was terrible, I was better than a lot of people in my class.
How do you get in front of a camera and find your own voice and be comfortable in your own skin and not try to be somebody else?
Reps. And I'm sorry for being redundant, but I'll say that a lot. That's what it comes down to, reps. Because in the beginning, you try to pick your favorite person and you become that person. Like I used to love, like Peter Jennings was my guy and Bryant Gumbel was my guy. Mm-hmm. So if I'm reading a story, I would think in my head, how would Peter do this story? Or if I'm doing an interview, I would think, how would Bryant conduct this interview? Until I got comfortable enough to where I didn't need them anymore. It just be me. So in the beginning, I call it the Xerox profession. You just copy other people till you don't need them anymore.
All right. So I have two older brothers who are both incredibly smart and incredibly stupid in terms of what I do for a living. When I was doing this on a day-to-day basis, right? I worked for a small newspaper in Chicago. I covered the Cubs and the White Sox. I went and did 14 years at ESPN, and they always thought, oh, watch a game when you're done, come on and hang out. And I'm like, that's not how it works.
Nope.
What's the biggest misconception of the job that you do because you make it look so easy and it's not? What's the biggest misconception about your job from people who don't understand it?
That it is easy, that we're all gazillionaires, and you just get tickets to everything.
Yes, my family thinks I'm Ticketmaster.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those are three things.
Okay. Do you consider yourself a journalist, an entertainer, a combination of both? What do you consider yourself?
I mean, the E in ESPN is entertainment.
Right.
So that's part of the gig, whether you like it or not. At my heart and soul, I consider myself a journalist. And I feel like I'm a dying breed these days.
Why?
Because, it's about, these things and your social media following. And if you got a bunch of people following you, well, put them on television. And that's your experience. And sometimes it works. Most of the time it doesn't, because that's not real experience. Yeah. And it's difficult for me to watch various shows because I listen for the writing. I look at the execution, even the things that, I look at the things that people don't train anymore and wish they still trained. I consider myself a journalist at heart.
Somebody, and you brought up a good point, somebody in one of my classes, I won't say which one, I won't say who it was, said they essentially want to do what you're doing, right? Mm-hmm. They want to be on television, which means they don't need to write that much or be good at it. That true?
No, it's not true. That's all I do. I get in 3 hours before the show and I start writing. And the producer sets the rundown, voiceovers, on cameras, whatever, even the stuff that the research notes that the researcher writes, we can rewrite, put in our voice, the teases, the bumps, everything, the lead-ins. That's all I do. And I literally do it until it has to come out of my mouth. I'll be reading my next thing when Hannah Storm is my main co-anchor. When Hannah's doing her thing, I'm reading my next thing, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like this. And I will erase it. And I'll write. How much time? 2 minutes? All right. And 2 minutes, I'm writing on my iPad. Hannah's talking, I'm writing. All right, that's better. Save. Did it go to the prompter? I don't know. We'll find out in a sec. And if it's there, I'll read it. If not, I'll read it from here. Or, since I just wrote it, most of it's in my head, I'll just do it. But I constantly write and rewrite and rewrite.
I love doing this. If there's ever a moment that I miss the day-to-day life of being involved in it is when breaking news happens and all hell breaks loose. What's it like when you're sitting behind that desk and all hell breaks loose?
Please don't make this show go longer than it's supposed to go. I can do the breaking news, that's fine. I just don't want to stay here for like 4 hours.
Has it happened?
Yes.
Do you have an example in your head?
When George Steinbrenner died
Okay.
years ago, and our 1 hour, 6 p.m. SportsCenter became a 4-hour show that we started at 4 p.m. and went to 8. That was one. There's another one, and most of them have to do with people die. When Steve McNair was found shot to death, our Saturday 6 p.m. SportsCenter became a 2-hour show. It was a 1-hour fun show. It was July 4th, 2009. We were going to have a fun July 4th kind of a show.
Healthy eating competition.
Yes, healthy eating competition. And that went away because we got this breaking news. But yeah, I just don't want to, I don't want to stay there longer than I have to because, you know, I got stuff to do. It's what I do. It's not all of who I am.
Right.
And plus, if you have a tee time at a certain golf course that we like, don't mess up my tee time.
That's what I'm saying. We've messed it up today already, which, again, I apologize for. You've been there since 2003.
I have.
I was there for 14 years and experienced, I make the joke, the semi-annual reorgs.
Yes.
And what we care about changes. It goes from we're going to be after this kind of audience, and then we're going to be after this kind of audience. You've lived through it all. How important is that willingness to adapt and change and understand your environment that you're in?
Honestly, that's kind of part of how you have to survive in this business, because it's the only thing that is constant is the change.
Yep.
It's consistent. It's the change. That's the only thing that doesn't change. The change, and you just roll with it, because I don't sign any checks. I'm not hiring and firing. I have a job that I do that other people watch and tell me to do or not do. A contract renewal, I can stay or I can go. So it's not my decision. It's like years ago, I remember we got in tight with the WWE, and then we got out of the wrestling business, and now we're back in the wrestling business. When we got into the NASCAR business, and I talk to drivers every week on the show Sunday, and now we don't do NASCAR anymore. I haven't talked to NASCAR folks in a long time because we're not in the NASCAR business anymore. It's a business. At the end, don't get it twisted. It's a business, and they're in the business of making money. And however they think they can make the most money, that's what they're going to do.
You consider yourself a good teammate?
Oh yeah, you have to be.
I was going to say, how important is that? Because for your own, not just your own sanity, but your own career.
I think that's probably one of the most important things, being a good teammate. I always tell young folks, at the end of the day, don't be a dick. Don't. Because people will call you that, and they won't want to work with you. And you'll get a reputation. And this business is small, and reputations, people remember reputations. People remember what people say.
It's hard to outrun them.
It is.
Because once you become that person, even if you're really not, it's hard to change the perception of you inside the building.
That's it. And outside the building.
And outside the building, right? If you want, have you ever been tempted to go do something else?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I was gonna go. I had an offer from MLB Network years ago, but we decided to stay here at ESPN. I mean, I haven't had a whole bunch of people knocking down my door, which is fine. I like my job, but I can't control it.
I spent 14 years there, and I remember, I think it was the second or third day that I was there, I'm like, I swear I hear a marching band. There can't be a marching band in the building. And so I don't want to be that dummy who says, hey, anybody else hear the marching band? But I swear I hear a marching band. And eventually, after like 2 hours of it, I said, anybody else hear that? And they're like, yeah, the Yale marching band is coming through for This Is SportsCenter commercial.
Yeah.
Or I'd go into the cafeteria and, hey, it's Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
Or, hey, I smell a substance. Oh, here comes Snoop.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your, like, one of your favorite moments of, like, I can't believe I work at this place and there's no place like it on earth?
Which day?
You've got a ton. You've been there a long time.
Which day? I mean, many of those This Is SportsCenter commercial experiences.
I showed the New Jersey Devils one to my class the other
People
one.
like that one a lot.
Is that the one you're most known for, you think?
Probably, yeah. How
much fun is it to be in those things?
It's a ton of fun. And it's even more fun because the athletes, our guests, are just more geeked about it than we are. They just love being in them. They want to do them. They don't get paid to do it.
Right.
They just come up and do them.
Is there competition amongst you all to get in the commercials?
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe behind the scenes, maybe, but we don't. Whoever chooses, I don't know who they are, and I just get a call. Say, you're scheduled to do this. Like, okay, I'll be there, and it's me and Larry Fitzgerald walking around the studio, him catching stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's how I was going to spend my day.
At the heart of it, you're a storyteller.
That's it. That is it.
Recently, you went out front and had to tell your own story because of
that cancer thing?
That cancer thing.
Yeah.
What was it like to, I know you were doing it for awareness, but what was it like to be the subject of the story?
I hated it. I couldn't stand it. Even that morning when I was at a GMA talking to Michael Strahan, I don't have my IFB in my ear. I'm on a TV set and I don't know what's going on. And I'm sitting there, we're chatting, blah, 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 and I don't see the floor director, I don't see anybody, and all of a sudden Michael starts talking. And I'm like, well, shit, we're on television. Why didn't someone tell me? I don't have an earpiece. But still, I need to know. I need to know nothing. It's his show. It's not my show.
Right.
So I hated that part. And he's asking me questions. I'm like, I'd rather ask you questions because that's my job. But I'll answer if you ask me. Sure, because that's why I'm here. And yeah, it was just something that I wasn't sure I didn't want to do at first. It was offered because of our relationship. I mean, Hannah went through her thing with breast cancer, and she did it. I didn't want anyone to think I was doing it for me. And my wife was like, no, I think, people, the GMA has a totally different audience, and you'll have women watching GMA who get on their husbands and talk to their husbands or their brothers or whoever. And I was like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Okay, we'll do it. And it's funny. I did my surgery at the Johns Hopkins University. And unbeknownst to me, there was a couple in suburban Baltimore who was the husband was having the surgery on that same day. We didn't know at the time. We had the same surgeon, same doctor. I was the first surgery of the day. He was the second. Afterwards, they make you walk immediately. So I'm walking with my I forget what it's called, the thing with the liquid and the fluid on it. And that doesn't matter. And I'm walking, and I see this person coming, and he's walking, and I was like, hey, man, doing a good job. And he walks up to me, and he says, I know you don't know me, but I know you, and here's my story. His wife was watching GMA that morning, and she's like, come and look, he's got the same thing that you've got. You need to watch this. And he's got, his surgery's Tuesday. Your surgery's Tuesday. I wonder, and that's my buddy now. We're like that now.
What was it like, and this is the last question or two, and then I'm going to turn you over to the students.
All right.
What was it? You got an outpouring of love and support. What was that like?
That was very weird. I remain totally appreciative and humbled and in awe by it. I turned my phone on and I thought it was going to explode, all the messages and social media and blah, blah, blah. It was really cool. And it let me know that I wasn't alone. I got so many, hey man, I had the surgery last week, you'll be fine. My dad went through it 3 years ago. This is what to expect. Listen, hey, I've got mine next month. Update me on how you're doing, and I'll tell you about me. So many of those. I have intimate conversations with perfect strangers about body parts that I haven't talked about with other people in a long time. It's way crazy, but it's been cool. The great Tim Kirkchin sat in that chair. My guy.
I love Tim Kirkchin.
He's the best.
We are the same height, so that helps. But every time that Tim walks into a room, or every time you hear that voice, people smile.
Yeah.
And so it's a testament that you can do this job well and be a good human being.
Indeed.
And I feel like you're a testament to that too, because
thank you.
You don't get that kind of outpouring of respect and love and support if you're not a good dude. I mean, people would just go quiet. I don't think you'd get on social media, hey, good for you, you got it. Like,
right.
I think that's you can. What I'm getting at is you can be a good human being and do this job well, right?
Absolutely, as you should want to. You should want to go that path. I mean, yes, you should want to go that path. You will see people rewarded both in position and in money all over the country who maybe not be that person.
Right.
And it may make you go, I wonder if, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't look in anybody else's pockets. Don't do it. Just be a good person. Be you. Do you.
You sick of me now? We should turn it over to...
No, never.
But I think you're better off with them
That's
than me.
fine, yeah.
All right.
I mean, they're here.
They are. They are here, and there's a lot of them here.
There's a lot of them
which
here.
is really, really cool. We're gonna get the mic moving, and who wants to kick us off?
Ooh, okay.
Well, I mean, he wore a Philly shirt just for me today, so we're gonna let him start. Tell him your name and where you're from.
Caden Stewart. I'm from Philly. My question is, I was looking at your ESPN press box page, and I saw that your schedule is described as interesting.
Yes.
So how does someone with such an interesting schedule, it's always varying, balance all these different shows that you host and appear on?
How do I balance it?
Yeah. Like time management, balancing.
Oh, well, it is interesting. Like today is an on-call day for me, and I don't have a show. I have an appearance this evening at a reception for the Red Cross. Tomorrow I have the 2 p.m. and the 5 p.m. Saturday is a prep day for Sunday. Sunday 9 a.m. Monday 6 p.m. That's my football fall schedule. Sprinkled in there, depending on who's off and who's whatever, I could have a 2 o'clock on an off day or a prep day or a 6 p.m. or 2 a.m. or an 11 p.m. or whatever. That's the interesting part. You don't know. I just wait until the schedule comes out and then live my life according to the schedule. If I see I have a couple of days blocked off, I'll schedule whatever. If I see I have the 7 a.m. here and the 11 p.m. here, I got to sleep for this, and I'll do more there, and I'll find a nap there. You just kind of get used to it. It's weird. You kind of get used to it, and you kind of like it. I couldn't do a 9 to 5 every day. I would go crazy.
I said that exact same sentence out loud last week. I couldn't do 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Who's next? Short commute.
My name is Patrick McGugan. I'm from Stonington, Connecticut. So my question is, earlier you hinted at the fact that you turned down ESPN twice before saying yes. So my question was, what were the factors in you turning them down?
We've been in Pittsburgh for 12 years. I was 38 at the time. Not that we were like, we were going to stay there, but the boy was 3, and I think we were kind of stable. And my wife's dad was in the military, and she had to move a lot. And I was like, I'm not going to move him a lot if I don't have to. And I wasn't sure that I wanted to do sports, even though I love sports. I got into the news mode, and I had that station in Houston that was interested in me. I don't know if I'd have got the job, but they were interested. So I just didn't know. I wasn't sure. And all my friends thought I was crazy. You know, like, that's ESPN, you idiot. Do you really? And my wife essentially said the same thing. You watch ESPN all the time anyway. Why don't you just go for the audition? Why don't you just take the job? Blah, 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 whatever. Why don't you leave me alone? And it came down, finally, I said yes. Plus, this is funny. I was talking to the guy that moved to Bristol. They got me the audition, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it's winters in Connecticut are cold. Like, Pittsburgh winters aren't cold. I was just making up any excuse not to go. The night before, after I told them yes, finally, we're going to go, woke up the next morning, I'm not going. I didn't want to go, not doing this. So I got that look that you get when you don't have a clue that you're about to do something stupid, but they know you're about to do something stupid. So the wife gives me the legal pad. She takes the legal pad, lined out the middle, pros and cons, and the health benefits, and the Disney benefits alone made it the best decision that everybody else made before me. And I'm just here. I just go to work and finance their Disney trips. That's what I do.
Uh-huh. Yes, that
Thank
silver
you.
pass
Yes.
goes a long way.
That's what I do.
Miranda?
Hi, I'm
Hey.
Miranda. I'm from Albany, New York. You've mentioned a couple of times now you were a news guy, not a sports guy. Can
Yep.
you talk about what the transition was like going from the news world and then straight into the sports world?
It took me a year to realize that I didn't have to be a sports encyclopedia. Being a general assignment reporter, it's you and your photographer out there, and you're your own executive producer, your researcher, everything's on you. This ESPN thing that I was doing was really a team effort. I mean, research department, the teasers and everything, they do their thing, I do my thing, we bring it together, we have a show. So it took me about a year to realize that oh, you're doing the exact same thing you did when you were in Pittsburgh. Instead of talking about the school board now, you get to talk about the Steelers and the Pirates. So why don't you just do that, dumbass, and stop thinking so much and just do it. So it was an interesting transition, but it was all in here.
You get called dumbass a lot, huh?
I by myself all the time.
Okay.
Yes.
Who's next? Behind you in the back. She's. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you. My name's Sophia. I'm from New Jersey. My question is, you interviewed so many athletes. What's one that stood out to you the most?
That's a great question that I still don't know how to answer because there have been so many. A friend of mine, a former producer friend of mine, sent me some stuff we did from like 2009 to 2013, and I'm looking at the shows, and I'm going, oh my God, I forgot about that. I always go back to my LeBron interview. After his second MVP, I think it was, he came on. I was on the 6 o'clock SportsCenter, and it was before the decision, and I asked him where he was going to go, and he didn't tell me, but I had to ask because that's my job. And we taped a lot of those interviews because the 6 o'clock was tightly produced, and we did a 8-minute interview. They were going to cut it down to like 3 minutes and run it, blah, blah, blah. It was such a good conversation because we talked about kids. His son is Bryce, B-R-Y-C-E. I have a Bryce. He did the This is SportsCenter commercials with Scott Van Pelt, and I did a bunch of those. And I said, you want to tell Scott something about the chair that he took from you? Yeah, you tell Scott I'm coming to get my chair. I'll appreciate him doing that. And it was one of those, just a good conversation. They ran the first 4 minutes, took a break, and ran the next 4 minutes. They just ran the whole thing. So that was probably the one that I always go to because it was a good chat.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right there.
This side of the room's gonna get mad at you.
I'm gonna. I used to play basketball. I can go left. We're good.
All right, I'm Josh August. I'm from Albany, New York.
Howdy. You guys know each other in Albany before?
No.
Okay. Cool.
I read that you were the keynote speaker for Old Dominion's 100th anniversary.
You read that?
Yeah.
That's out there?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
I was wondering what that was like.
That was cool. That was cool, going back to your alma mater and they like entrusting you with something like that. I actually done it twice. Like y'all can't get anybody else. Why y'all keep asking me? It was a great experience, and I got to be on the board of visitors for 8 years, and was part of the team that chose the new president. So standing up there with him, like this is like I got you your job. I like this. This is cool.
Eli. This is gonna be a
I'm Eli
mistake,
Ehlers.
Jay, this is going to be a mistake.
I'm Eli Ehlers. I'm from Northern Virginia. And my question for you would be, what would be one piece of advice you would tell yourself just out of college?
Just out of college?
Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, Eli. Good job.
Thanks, Nick.
You have a rep.
I know.
I would tell myself to trust myself more and not be so dang shy about certain things. Yeah, that's what I would tell myself.
Ben up front, and then I'm told I got to go this way or I'm in trouble. Even though my man here is wearing a Georgetown hoodie, and I went to Maryland, but I'll give him the mic anyway.
It's a good-looking hoodie, too.
Hi, my name's Ben. I'm from East Granby, Connecticut. What was the biggest lesson you learned from your time reporting in Pittsburgh?
The biggest lesson I learned from my time reporting in Pittsburgh, probably a couple. Time management, because you can't miss your slot. I learned too late, unfortunately, that it's best to just use bullet points and not try to memorize like your entire stand-up before going to a package. That happened to me once, and it came to me, and everything that I had in here just went away. To this day, I don't know what I said. I don't know. And my photographer's like, you can stop talking. They took your package. What the hell are you talking about? It's like, I don't know. I just forgot everything I wanted to say. So time management and don't memorize. And I think I knew this already, but being a reporter kind of solidified it. people are so different, but we're all pretty much the same, no matter where we are. Because I'm used to meet every kind of person being a reporter, because you don't know what story you're going to get. You just go out there and you just talk to people. And I learned that we as Americans, because I don't live anywhere else, waste a lot of time thinking about differences and harping on differences and yelling at people because we think we're different and your side and my side and all that BS. We are so much more alike in so many ways. And I think if more people just knew that and acted on that, we'd be in a much better place.
I'm Jack Ligian from Waltham, Massachusetts. A lot of athletes talk about their welcome to the league moment in radio or TV. Did you have a welcome to the industry moment?
A welcome to the industry moment. I probably had several. My first show at ESPN News, when I got to ESPN, was a 6 to 9 on a Saturday night. And the thing was, if you could do ESPN News, you could do anything, because it was so fast and furious. I mean, on a Saturday show, it was a bunch of games that I didn't get to watch, but I had to talk about them because that was my job. And as soon as the game ended, your first highlights on ESPN News, and here we go, the shot sheet would come across your desk, and it would go, and you would just have to go, whether you knew what it was or not. What's the game? I don't know. Let me look at this thing. Oh, this is the game. Okay, what's his name? Oh, God. Please give me a pronunciation for the researcher. Thank you very much. I can't read this. I don't know what his name is, and I'm just going to do the show, do the highlight. And I left that set at 9 o'clock, and I did one of these, because my butt was on fire. I was just on fire. That was a good welcome to the industry moment. And there was another show that was a welcome to thinking quickly moment. I'm doing a highlight. My producer gets in my ear and says, we've got such and such coach coming up after your highlight. Think of some questions. While I'm talking and doing the highlight, he's talking to me. My first inclination is, shut up. I'm doing the highlight. My second inclination is, what'd you say? Who's going to be on the show? Who is that again? Oh, okay. All right. Think of some questions. What am I going to do? And all this while I'm reading the highlight. So you learn how to split yourself into several different quadrants to do this job. But once you can do that, it's fun. You kind of like want stuff to go wrong so you can do that more. It's kind of weird, but it's cool.
All right, let's go over here. Go ahead. My Dodgers fan.
I'm Andrew. I'm from Bolton, Connecticut. And the first assignment Nick had us do in our SportsCom 101 class was write an essay on why we're a fan. So I wanted to ask you the same question. Why are you a fan of sports?
Why am I a fan of sports? Sports, because it's fun. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's games, it's competition, see who can be better. And then if you're not better this time, you try again and try to be better the next time. I played a lot of sports when I was a kid, and I was always drawn to it. So that's probably why.
Right next to you.
Hi, I'm Chloe Zalembo. I'm from Wayland, Massachusetts. And you talked a little bit about like social media, and you've been in the business for a long time. So how has the digital age changed your job?
Now, Mike, I don't go on trying to keep you in suspense depending on the show, because you know who won the game already. It's the how and the whys and all that stuff. So I got to make sure that my how is better than the other network's how. My questions are better to get the better answers to make you as a viewer smarter, things that you might want to know or didn't know. And it's marketing. It really is to take something you did good on the show and push it out there so more people can see it. Or we're going to be on the 11 p.m. SportsCenter. We got this and this coming up. Hannah and I do like videos before every show, and they just become like behind the scenes things that people seem to like. I always catch her in the middle of doing something. She's always prepping for the show. I'm always doing the video. So I got my camera. I'm like, Hannah, oh, you and that phone again. How you doing? What are you doing? I'm taking the video. I'm working on the show. Leave me alone. Well, Hannah doesn't want to talk today. We'll see y'all in a few minutes. So yeah, it's a lot of different things.
Good. go down the row, and then we'll get in the back. Go second row.
Hi, my name is Benjamin Winnicki. I'm from Colchester, Connecticut. My question is, what mistakes do you see young people make in the industry, and what advice do you have for us that are just starting out?
Ooh, mistakes. Okay. First of all, thinking that there's no writing, because there's lots of writing. So you got to learn how to write. You got to learn how to write. I don't care what kind of social media, digital age we're in. You got to know the fundamentals of journalism to be a better journalist. Even to be a better social media whatever person. Know your craft, know your business. And later for your brand. No one cares about your brand. I may be the old dude saying that, and I may be totally wrong. But I see so many young folks concentrating on, I'm going to do this in my brand, I'm going to wear this and blah, blah, blah. And they can't do a story. They can't go do an interview, or they can't do a highlight or whatever but their brand is tight. No, it's not, because you suck at your job. Do the job, okay? Those are the mistakes that I see young folks making, caring about the wrong things.
Luke?
Hi, my name is Luke Salvastruni. My question is, what is the most rewarding part of your job?
Oh, most rewarding. That has changed over the years. When the kids were little and they actually watched, that was kind of cool. I like that. When my parents were alive and they watched, I love that part. Let me see. I've gotten to meet so many cool people. That's been really good. Wow, there have been a lot of rewarding things. A direct deposit's not bad every week.
Silver pass.
Yeah, the whole Disney thing, that's not bad. So lots of things. Does that answer your question? Cool, all right.
Let's go back behind you. Brooke, let's go all the way back, and then we'll circle.
Hi, my name is Brooke Fieri, and I'm from Norton, Massachusetts.
Hold on a second. Is the mic on?
It is.
Oh, it's just not very
Just
loud.
a little bit louder, Brooke,
All right.
please.
My question to you is, what advice would you give to aspiring journalists or broadcasters that are entering the sports media today?
I would probably start with the stuff I said about the whole brand thing and learning the craft. And I would also say this: since we are in such a microwave type society, people want things now, right? I'm coming out of college and I'm going to go to ESPN. No, you don't. You don't want to do that. One, if you do it, you will go cheap because you have no experience, and you will stay cheap for the rest of your career. All right. You want to go through the process. You want to go to Green Bay, Wisconsin, and when you get there, stay there for a minute. Enjoy it. Be fully immersed in the community, the teams, the whatever. Just be there. And the people that watch you, that listen to you, they will feel that. They will see that, and they will appreciate you. They know you're not going to be there forever, but they appreciate the fact that while you're there, you respect where they live. So take a minute and be present wherever you are. And then if you go someplace else, do the same thing there until you find where you want to be. That's what I would tell you.
I made that mistake. I always was looking, where am I going to be next, as opposed to where am I at right now.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Hi, my name is Tyler. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland.
Your team is terrible.
They are. I'm not a Ravens fan, though.
I
So.
appreciate that. I didn't want to be the only one taking shots around here.
So you've said you've been at ESPN for like over 20 years.
Yeah.
After all that time, what has kept you coming back after all those years?
Oh, because I enjoy it, right? They keep me coming back. They've allowed me to come back. I have bills and a daughter in college, so it's nice to be able to take care of that. Full disclosure, I haven't worked in a while, okay? It's a fun gig. Ernie Johnson at TNT said it best. He said he has a get-to job. He gets to do that. And I feel the exact same way. It's like, oh, I got to go to work today. No, I get to go to work today. I get to talk about whatever games, whatever stories. I get to do that, and it's a lot of fun. And it's more fun than work every single day.
I say this to them all the time. I haven't worked a day in my life. Got sent around the world on somebody else's dime to watch things I would have paid to watch on my own. See, I'm right every once in a while. Who else we got back there?
All right. I'm Edison. I'm from Hudson, New Hampshire. And just in this industry, change is such a common thing that is just really an expectation more than anything. What were some difficult changes in your life or in the industry that you've seen, and how did you sort of grow to accept them or overcome those changes?
That's a good question. My mom told me a long time ago, what's the quote? Accept the things you cannot change, and I forget the second part, and have the wisdom to know the difference, what I can affect, what I can change, and what I can't change. I wish I could remember the quote. I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. I can't remember the quote. But a lot of the change, can I control it? No, I can't. So am I going to worry about it or look at it, lay it against whatever the industry's doing, adapt to it, and keep going? Because my job depends on me being able to do that and to not worry about what I can't control. People ask me about things that happen at work all the time, and like, I don't know. I don't know about this person. I don't know about that situation. I don't know. I come to work, and I do my job, and I have fun, talk to my team, talk to my crew, talk to my co-anchor, go to the CAF, get a good meal, and I go home because I got stuff to do at home. And that's how I've lived my life. I don't really care. I care about the other things that go on, but the things that I need to know about, I'll learn about it. I'll figure it out. The things that I can control, I'll control it. The stuff I can't control, I'll deal with it because I don't have a choice. I can leave. If I don't have a job, that would be stupid. So I don't worry about that stuff. And I don't think you should either. Just worry about being the best young journalist you can be, and everything else will fall into place.
Accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can.
I love it.
And the wisdom to know the difference.
Thank you very much.
There we go. Tim? You got it. Go ahead. Sorry.
My name's Alex Sabin. I'm from Greenfield, Mass. And you said you are better than other kids in your class.
Yes.
How did you gain confidence within yourself?
When I decided in the 11th grade, after taking that career aptitude test, that journalist was the thing I wanted to be. I was always a writer. I was always the kid that could get up in front of class and stand up and talk. I don't know where that came from. Maybe a lot from my mom. She was a teacher, so she was always pushing us. Maybe my grandparents, because they were, like we'd go to church, they'd make us go to church every Sunday. And I would see my grandmother get up and talk to the congregation and sing songs and not be afraid. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm sure watching them gave me that confidence to be able to do whatever. Plus, and it goes back to my mom, she wouldn't make us get up and do certain things. So I didn't have a choice. I didn't have the opportunity to be afraid and say no. I had to go and do it, because if I didn't, there was a switch growing on a tree somewhere that she would make me go get. And I don't want to go get. You don't ever want to go get the weapon that's going to be used against you. That is not fun. And so you just do it. And I just did it. And it worked.
Did you ever worry about failing?
But what?
Did you ever worry about failing?
Oh, yeah, probably. But I could either spend time worrying about failing, or I could spend my time preparing and doing the best that I can. And if I do that and something goes wrong, okay, because that happens every day. I write a good lead in and get to like the last word and fumble the last word. And in my mind, I'm like, then I correct it and I go. And that makes me mad. So next time I'm not going to fumble the second to the last word or whatever. But I try to concentrate my energy on being the best I can be in the moment. And I'm not worried about failing. Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Because everybody fails. It's part of life.
My name's Luke Kraut. I'm from Weathersfield, Connecticut. You just talked about kind of like stumbling over words. Is there, in production, there's really never a perfect show. Is there a specific time that you can remember where you or somebody or the show you were working on kind of stumbled and you kind of had to recover from that?
Oh, yeah, all the time. I mean, there's a lot of things you can't see that we can. The stuff doesn't roll on time. it's the wrong video, we have to adjust, the wrong highlight rolls, blah, blah, blah. A lot of that stuff happens probably more than I would like, but more than you realize. Because if we handle it, chances are you won't realize it. But it makes it fun because you just don't know sometimes. We had a situation the other day where we had to switch around everything that we're doing because the live shot wasn't ready and we lost all our graphics. Like, what can I do about that? Nothing. All I can do about this is go to the next thing or stretch the interview or whatever the producer says in our ears and just handle the situation. That's all you can do.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Hi, my name is Tim Bellingham from Darien, Connecticut, and I have a two-part question for you.
Ooh, you're breaking the interview rules with a two-part question. That's fine.
First part is, what advice do you have for beginners in journalism?
Hold on. I have answered that question twice already.
And the second part is, what is the best thing you think you've written?
Ooh, I'm going to do the second part first because I have answered the first part like twice already. I don't know. I don't think I've written it yet. I've written some pretty good stuff. I don't think I've written the best thing yet because I'm still chasing it. I'll probably be chasing it till I'm done.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else on that side? Let's go back over here. All the way in the back, and then we'll work forward. Can you come up and grab the mic, please, from Tim?
New Jersey Devil.
He wore that just for your in honor of your commercial.
I'm still not going up in the elevator.
All right, so I know you mentioned before that like when there's breaking news, it's kind of hectic and the show runs a little bit longer. But I just kind of want to know like what the vibe is in the whole studio when there is breaking news.
Oh, a lot of it depends on the people in the studio. If we have younger folks or less experienced folks in the control room, it could be a little bit more hectic, and you hear that in your ear. There's maybe just a touch more panic, a touch more blah, blah. We got to make sure, and you take the thing out of your ear because you don't want to hear that. I want calm. Because, all right, there's breaking news, somebody just did something, there's a trade, there's an unfortunate death, there's a something. Okay, what's the story? And we'll just do the story as much as we can until we get more information. If you have a good co-anchor that you can talk to and fill time with, and you have establish yourself as a good teammate, that makes it go by that makes it great. Because you have someone you trust and they trust you. I think that's all I wanted to say on that. If I can think of something else, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
But yeah.
All right, a couple more. Spencer, you had one?
There's one way back there too.
Oh, there's one. Hang on, let's go back first. All the way in the upper deck.
Thank you. My name is Paul. I'm from Rockland County in New York, and having considered you've worked in ESPN for over 20 years, who's someone or some people that have really helped you along the way during your time there?
Oh, probably Hannah helps me out every time we do a show together because she's just so freaking good at what she does. And I just sit and I like to watch her sometimes doing interviews and whatnot. You're really good at what you're doing. I'm going to take that too and steal that from her. Let me see. Two people that are no longer with us. John Saunders, just watching how he conducted hosting, like on the sports reporters or the college football, whatever he used to do. Reese Davis the same way. I watch Reese. Reese is just so freaking professional and so good. And Stuart Scott, who yelled at me once. It was towards the end of his life, and he was going to get an award at the National Association of Black Journalists Convention, but he couldn't go to do the speaking part, and they asked me to speak in his stead, and I said, they want me to fill in for you. Do you have anything you want me to say? He said, first of all, you ain't no blank fill in, so don't ever say that blank again. And secondly, just do you. Just like say whatever I want to say. Yep, just talk whatever you want. How's the fam? Good. And the conversation changed. But that just do you taught me a lot, because the more you you can be, the more authentic you are, the more believable you are, the more trustworthy you become, the more comfortable you are, the better you are. So those are a few people that have influenced me along the way. And I'm sure there are many, many more. Like the show I did with Scott Van Pelt, and Scott Van Pelt was talking to the people in the camera like they were his buddies in the calf. And I'm like, really? You can do that? And I took that from him. And it was just this was great, little things along the way. So those people, and again, I'm sure I'm missing out on a lot of people that have impacted me along the way.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Let's go in here, Spencer. He's mentioned the calf a couple of times. I do miss the calf. That's a solid cafeteria.
Calf's great.
Yeah.
And we have an app now.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I just always order and go pick it up.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't. Who, me?
Yeah, because I'd seen in an interview that there was a Harris breakfast.
There was. I have it. It was too much. It's too much. It was like a wrap with a pancake in it with eggs and sausage and stuff like that. It was really good, but it's too much. It's one of those things that you eat and then you want to go to sleep.
Journalism. I'm Spencer. I'm from Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Mhm.
The journalism industry continues a lot of risk. What would you say to people that?
Wait, could you say that last part again? The journalist industry.
There's a lot of risk in the journalism
A lot of risk.
industry.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
What would you say something that, for people that are having to take a risk, that might have to move somewhere different for their job, what would you say to them that might have to take that risk?
Get ready, because that's part of the gig. And if you don't want to do that, then maybe consider doing something else. I mean, the change, the potential constant change is this business. Going someplace that you've never heard of or don't want to go, welcome to the business. You just go and you become part of that community, and you learn your gig and you do your thing. And then sometimes I've seen people do that and get someplace and stay there because they liked it. And that's fine too. But just be ready for it. And use your mentors, use your people along the way, people that maybe have gone there before you, they're also in the business, or people that you've sat up under in class and talked about, the professionals, and use them and talk to them and send them your work and make them critique you and get better and just enjoy it.
The critique part, and then we'll go back there. The critique part, how important is that to be able to, when someone gives you feedback, to be willing to take it?
Take it, listen.
Yeah.
The good and the bad. Don't take it personally. You cannot have a thin skin. You might get a letter. I've gotten letters from viewers that are like, I suck. And okay, thank you. Because you get letters from viewers that you're the best thing that this station ever had. So am I going to get really low if someone says I suck? Or am I going to get really high when someone says I'm the best thing? No, I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to stay right here.
I'm Matthew. I'm from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We've been talking a lot about breaking news, and I know you mentioned, deaths.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know, what's the most exciting breaking news you've gotten to cover, or the most exhilarating?
Ooh, exciting breaking news? I don't know. Well, it wasn't as exciting for me. It was exciting for Adam Schefter. We were on the 6 o'clock show one day, and it was I think it was a Raiders trade, but there was like a secret player that was being talked about, and he couldn't talk about it, but he knew about it, but he couldn't say anything like all day. And then during a commercial break, he's looking at his phone, and he goes, I got it, come on. And I'm like, we need to get out of this commercial, because this man gonna have a heart attack. So we come back on, welcome back to SportsCenter. Adam Schefter, he's got some news. What is it, Adam? And it's Nnamdi Asomugha going to the Raiders. That was the secret player. And that was, I remember that because it was just so funny. He had it, right? And Adam is the guy. Yes. He's the NFL guy. And if he's got something, we need to report it. So just seeing him react in the moment was kind of exciting for me. But I'll keep thinking about other breaking news, me specifically, but that's the one that popped into my head.
Thank you.
Last one will go behind, and then we'll get Jay to the first tee here somewhere.
I can't play today because I have a reception for work tonight, the Red Cross thing.
I thought maybe we had enough time to get you 9 holes in.
I wish I could.
I'm Sam.
Hey, Sam.
I'm from Massachusetts.
you've been at ESPN a while, and you've seen
Look,
a lot of.
this will be the last time that somebody says I've
they
been at
have
ESPN
called
a long
you
time.
old a lot
And
today.
no, I was going to let it slide until he did that.
I was waiting.
All right.
I was waiting to see if you were going to break, because that's what they were saying.
You've been there 20 years. You've been there a long time.
You've seen them launch a lot of new things, ESPN Plus, the new ESPN Unlimited. What's something that either they're working on or you're excited for coming up at ESPN?
Bro, I don't know. I have no idea. They come up with this stuff and look what we're doing. Like, okay, that's really cool. I just get the emails. Really, I don't know until they announce it, because they know not to tell us, because we might tell people.
So you're not in the room with Bob Iger or Jimmy Pitaro making these decisions?
No. Although, hold on, I may have got a
hang on.
text.
We'll see if he goes Schefter on us or not.
No breaking news. No, nothing.
How do you think they did?
I think they did well.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Okay.
Good questions. Did I answer everybody's question? Everybody's good? Something I forgot or didn't answer? Okay. All right.
Jay, thanks for coming out and being the latest guest of What's Your Story?
Thanks for having me.
Jay Harris, everybody.
Thank you.